Yo, we are going to kick this call off in about 5 minutes. So just be patient. We're just waiting for a few more viewers to hop on, and we'll get right into it. Yo, we're going to kick this off in about 4 minutes. Just waiting for a few more viewers to hop on so we can get started. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Cool. We're going to kick this training call off. I want to first introduce the man of the hour, Mr. Sensei, lucky special guest on this call. Kind of sharing more of the positive side of having a PMA. I'm going to share more of the negative side on really how not having a positive mental attitude affected my business. Not making any money my first year. So I'll just start off with that. Coming off this quote, bad attitude is like a flat tire. If you don't change it, you'll never go anywhere. That quote really resonates with me because that was me, being in the business for a full year, not making a dollar. It wasn't because of the company. It wasn't because of, the people around me. It was because of my attitude towards the business, right? I would let everything get to me, right? If someone said no, I would have, a fit about it. If things weren't going my way, I would complain about it and always just be very, very negative, on my business and my life. And I wasn't going anywhere. And I was wondering, why things weren't changing. Luckily, I was introduced to a couple books that really, really changed my life, opening my mind on the personal development, understanding that thoughts are real. Whatever you think is what you attract into your life. So if you're negative all the time, you're going to attract negative things. If you're positive all the time, you're going to attract positive things. I started studying one of my mentors, which is Sensei, on how he was positive on literally everything he does in life. I never see him negative, whatsoever. I hardly see him upset. And I started really studying him on, how he viewed things. What was his perception? And kind of really why things weren't, going wrong for him. And it really intrigued me. So I started to kind of get into it. Like I said before, wasn't making any money my first year, due to my thoughts, my attitude, didn't really have a winning mindset, more stuck on Plum's disease, poor little old me, right? It was never my fault why I wasn't making money. It was always somebody else's. And those thoughts kept just reoccurring and nothing was changing. So like I said, hopped into, personal development, got excited, way more excited, changed my attitude, learned about, positive mental attitude from Napoleon Hill. And that's what really changed my business, guys. Being stuck, not making any money your first year, definitely puts you in a rut where you are more negative, right? Because my focus at the time was on, what was going wrong in my life. And that was a direct reflection on what I was attracting. So, guys, first of all, having a negative mindset is probably the worst thing that you can have in your Vima business and in life in general. It's really not going to get you anywhere. So I'd change that instantly. How do you do that? It's just by staying positive. You guys got to remember everything happens for a reason, right? Every reaction has an action. But just change your perception on, how you view things, right? Positive, get something to remind you of it, right? I have bracelets, so always keep me positive. It's just little things that treat me, right, to make me, more excited, more positive. But you guys got to realize you'll stay stuck if you don't change your mindset. If you keep on thinking what you're thinking, right, nothing's going to ever change. And, that's kind of the gist thing. So I'm going to we'll stick away from having a negative mindset and go more into the positive mental attitude. Really what took my business from diamond to presidential, was changing my mindset, right? Being positive about everything that happened, whether it was good, whether it was bad, it's supposed to happen for a reason. So guys, understand, PMA is the most important thing to have in your life on a daily basis. I'm going to have Mr. Caligari kind of touch into positive mental attitude right now.
Yes, perfect. Cody didn't touch on his story too much about how, keeping a positive attitude, dramatically changed his entire business. A little bit on his story. Wasn't doing too much, kind of like you were saying. Probably the upline's fault for not pushing me like I should have. But yeah, a lot of negativity. He would come to me, complain a lot. Tip out there, don't go complain to your uplines. But it was a different situation here since we're best friends. It was coming from a different standpoint. But one thing that I was aware of, I think that all of you guys need to be aware of, is that you, okay, get this, you are in complete control of your attitude. And only you are in control of your attitude, right? And so what happened was when he went out there and he started running his show, when he started leading his organization, right? I stepped out of the picture. It was him running his entire business, guys. He had that positive attitude to where he was focused on success and on what he wanted, and his business multiplied dramatically. And you could just tell it in the way that he was talking, and the way he was walking, and the way that he was leading his business. He was just a new person. And the biggest shift that he had was just a change in attitude. He was focused on what he wanted to happen in his business as opposed to what he didn't. And what happened? You went from what, diamond to
presidential in 4 months.
In 4 months. One of the fastest jumps I've ever seen, which gives a lot to speak on attitude, and to be honest, guys, what you got to understand is a lot of people will say, well, yeah, you're going from diamond to presidential. Obviously, you're going to have a positive attitude, but I want you guys to understand that the positive attitude came first, and then the positive results followed. Okay, and that is how it's going to be in every single one of your guys' business. You got to understand, right? The way that you feel determines the results that you are getting. If you're feeling bad, you're probably getting bad results. If you're feeling good, chances are you're going to get good results, right? And it doesn't change, right? The way you feel doesn't change with the business. You need to change yourself first, and then the business will change, right? You need to create the internal momentum, which will in turn lead to the external momentum in your business. So with 2015, we have a brand new year ahead of us. I want to share just a few things, I think just 2 things, right, that could really help you have a positive attitude going into 2015, which I want you guys to understand will probably most likely attribute to about what we like to say 80% of your success in this business, okay? 80% of your success, right? The other 20% is going to be the fundamentals, the mechanics, following the journey, the systems laid in place. But you have to think, okay, everybody's following the same system. They're going through the same journey, the same steps to get people started in all of network marketing. So what makes the difference between someone that sees no results to someone that sees massive results, guys? And a majority of it is going to be coming down to the attitude, right, that you have, right? And so how to have a positive attitude. I'm going to give you guys 2 steps, right? We're going to be doing these trainings pretty much all throughout the week, so we don't want them to be big, long things, right? My mentor told me that there was a difference between positive or personal development and personal development education. Okay, I had a guy text me the other day. He was like, hey, Sensei, can you send me all the books that you've read, right, in your business, right? All the books that you've read. And I said, no, you don't need all the books that I've read. We need you to get profitable. We need you to get making money, right? We need you to be focused on the fundamentals, the basics, right? And then once I feel you're ready, I'll start getting you into the more advanced books, right? So the point being, these trainings are going to be focused on little nuggets, right? Things that if you take and apply to your business can make a dramatic difference, can make some of the biggest difference. They're going to seem so simple, right? But success is very simple. It's just getting yourself to do these simple things consistently, right? So how do you keep a positive attitude, right? Understand this quote, right? Write this down. Where focus goes, energy flows, right? Where focus goes, energy flows. You focus on what you want to focus on, right? Some people see this glass as half empty. Some people see it as half full. Guess what? It's both. So the only difference is what you're focused on, okay? So point is, you need to focus on what you want from this business and never lose sight of it, right? That is called your why, right? There's all kinds of trainings on it, but you need to think about, okay, why am I doing this business? Why is it important to me, right? And if you stay focused on that, right, you believe that you can go achieve it, which you can. I'm no different. He's no different. Pat's no different. Bryce is no different, right? We're humans, okay? All the same, right? The way we think in here, the attitudes we have, right? Belief is an attitude, right? Determines the different results. So what do you want? Believe that you can go get it, right? And just focus on getting there. You're going to have problems. You're going to have challenges. You're going to have obstacles, but can you do it? Yes, you can. If you're focused on what? If you're focused on winning, on what you want, right? If you focus on the negative, the things that are going wrong, people saying no, everything, it's going to burn you out. It's going to keep you down. You're going to feel dramatically different, right? And you're not going to go as far. For example, right? Here's the focus. You're new in the business. You're not able to get people started. You either focus, dang, people aren't getting started in the business. Man, this sucks. I don't think I'm good enough, right? This, that, whatever. Or you can shift the focus just a little bit, right? A little different. What do I need to do to get people started in this business? Right? Now you're approaching the situation completely differently, right? It's not PLOM, right? Poor little old me. It's what do I need to do, right? To move forward, right? To get the results that I want to get. And if your why is strong enough, right? Why you're doing the business, what you want from it is strong enough, dude, you will figure it out, right? I'm new in the business. I meet Brad. He's flashing a Breitling that's covered in diamonds, right? He's talking about how he spent 20 grand on tables in Vegas. He had a 6 Series convertible. He had a mansion. Things I wanted so bad, right? I focused on what I needed to do to go get those, right? I didn't know about the industry. So what did I do? I picked up books and I studied and learned the industry. Why? Because I wanted it bad enough and I understood that I could go get it, right? My best friends, these guys are my family. They get involved in the business with me. Why are we doing this? This is my team, this is my family. I told them we're gonna win, we're gonna win, right? What is it that you're doing this business that is going to drive you to overcome these obstacles, to overcome these challenges, to continue to push, to continue to fight, right? Until you win. And until you find those reasons, it's going to be hard for you to do it. So you need to find those reasons, understand they'll change and progress along the way. I think what is so beautiful about the Alliance now is, guys, we have a reason, right, for working now that is bigger than, well bigger. Dude, you got to understand the size of some of our organizations, right? Talk about Bryce and Pat, Adam, the size of their organizations. You're talking young kids in their 20s, done, retired. No need to work, okay? But our vision now is a lot bigger than a couple $100,000, right? Than a couple million. It's a lot bigger. Our vision now is extending around the world, is extending towards our generation, right? The mission of the Alliance, health and wealth. It's about changing the way young people think, right? You change the way someone thinks, you can change their entire life, right? Everything that's happening around them. And we believe so strongly in what we're doing that, you know, we got a big mission ahead of us. And we're excited about it. But point being, right, so first step, you need to focus on what you want and always, always, always focus on what you want, right? You can't hit a target that you're not aiming for. Make sure you know where you're going, what you're doing, focus on it, and resolve that you will get there. You're not selling anything. You're telling people where you're going, right? We know where we're going. We understand 66 billion people, 7 billion people in this world. Dude, we don't need all of them. We don't even want all of them. We just want a few 100,000, right, in our organization so we can take Vima to the billions. We're set. We're decided on that. Meaning we're going to help a lot of people achieve a lot of phenomenal results. If you would like to be one of them, we can teach you and show you how to do it, right? We know where we're going. We know where we're going. So focus on what you want, right? Bring people there with you. And the second is you need to stand guard at the gate of your mind. One more time. So, right. So 1, we focus on what we want. And 2, we stand guard at the gate of our mind. Okay. You have to look at the mind as like a garden, right? And whether you cultivate it to be a nice garden or you let it run wild, something will grow. Think about all the gardens around, right? They're either nice with nice trees, flowers, and plants, right? Or they're a mess with dirt and weeds. right? But something is there, something will grow, and in your mind, it is the same way. But here's the cool thing: what you plant will grow. What you plant will grow, right? If you plant pumpkin seeds, you get pumpkins. You never get sunflowers. Okay, so the point is, in your mind, if you are planting positive things, you will achieve positive results. If you're planting negative things, you will get negative results. But here's the thing with negativity, okay? And if you have a lot of negativity, understand that's normal. You look at every garden, weeds grow, right? And they grow automatically. Okay, you don't have to do a single thing to allow weeds to grow in your garden. But if you want a nice garden, what do you have to do, right? Stand guard at the gate of your mind. You've got to pull the weeds, right? What are the weeds? They're the doubts that you have. We all have doubts. Guess what? They're not real. You made them up yourself. So stand guard to it. They come in, pull them, get rid of it. You think you can't, guess what? You can, right? Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. So learn to be aware of what's going on in there, right? And how do you cultivate a nicer, better garden? Guys, me today, him today, we weren't this way 2.5 years ago, right? But guess what? You can read books on positive attitudes. You can read books on success. You can listen to audio programs, right? You're planting good, positive things. And with that, you will grow good, positive things. Guys, catch this, right? Millionaires, billionaires, they write books. You can never spend time with them. Their time is way too valuable. You're reading their book. You're thinking, right? What they're thinking as they're writing that book, you're on that same frequency, that same level. You're thinking the thoughts of multimillionaires and billionaires. It's almost impossible for you to not get better, to not progress, but so many people don't do it. I'm where I am because I've outread most people, I've outstudied most people, right? Will you do it? That's just the only question. And if you won't, your mind's gonna run wild. If you do, you can have a beautiful garden, a beautiful mind, and a beautiful life, right? So 2 tips, right? Focus on what you want. Never lose sight of it. It needs to be something that is so strong that you never stop fighting, right? And stand guard at the gate of your mind. Negativity will come. Doubts will come, right? But just know what you're going to get. Get rid of those, right? Focus on the end result and keep moving. And success is imminent. Read the books and you'll understand all of that, right? So focus on those 2 things. Tomorrow when you wake up, right, think, okay, what do I want? And then think in the 24 hours in the day that you have, how am I feeding my mind? How am I making sure that it's positive, good, uplifting, optimistic? If you do that, and you do that this whole year, you're gonna be a completely different person come 2015. And I feel you can have the best year of your life. So hopefully those things were able to add value to you guys, will help you achieve a massive level of success. And if it did, let us know, man. If you didn't like it, let us know as well so we can get back to work and keep improving. Any last thoughts?
Yeah, basically just remember, whatever you reap, you're going to sow. So if it's negativity, that's what you're going to sow. If it's positivity, that's what you're going to get. So we appreciate you guys hopping on the call. Tune in tomorrow night at 7 for the opportunity and 8 for the training. Let's take this thing to the top, guys.